What's up, guys? This is Chris from DraftDashboard.com. Here are my DFS picks for NBA Sunday, September 13th. These picks apply for DraftKings and FanDuel. Before I get started, please drop a like on this video and hit that red subscribe button and hit that bell icon so you don't miss our new videos. In this video, I'm going to go over my top picks for today's NBA slate. And if you stick around to the very end of this video, we'll use the Draft Dashboard tools to make a DFS lineup using the picks we just made. Okay guys, NBA playoffs. Let's take a look at this NBA showdown between the LA Clippers playing the Denver Nuggets. Okay, so just like we did in the Lakers-Houston showdown video, I'm not going to go over the top four studs. You got Kawhi Leonard, Nikola Jokic, Paul George, and Jamal Murray. All of those guys scoring between 40 to 50 plus fantasy points per game. All of those guys are great plays, so pick the stud that you want to go with here, or the studs that you want to play. But now I'm going to give you some of these lower salary plays that I think are good on this slate. So I like Paul Millsap from the Denver Nuggets playing the LA Clippers, who have a middle-of-the-pack defense overall, and they give up the 8th most fantasy points to opposing power forwards. Paul Millsap has averaged 23.9 fantasy points per game on the season, playing an average of 24 minutes per game with a 20% usage rate. He scored 28 fantasy points in 28 minutes last game. He's projected at 22 fantasy points here tonight. He's $9,000 FanDuel salary and $3,600 less on DraftKings. Now Vegas thinks there's going to be 215.5 points scored in this game, so I like Paul Millsap here versus the LA Clippers. Another player that I like here is Patrick Beverley from the LA Clippers playing the Denver Nuggets, who have a good defense overall, and they're middle-of-the-pack defending opposing point guards. Patrick Beverley has averaged 22.9 fantasy points per game on the season, playing an average of 26 minutes per game with a 13% usage rate. You can see his minutes has been coming up every game since he got back. He played 20, then 22, then 27 minutes last game, scored 19 fantasy points last game. He's projected at 19.9 fantasy points here tonight. He's $9,000 FanDuel salary and $4,800 less on DraftKings. So I like that DraftKings price. So I like Patrick Beverley here versus the Denver Nuggets. Real quick, guys, I got great news. For a limited time, we're offering a full 30-day trial to Draft Dashboard. You can try all of our DFS tools for all sports. You can try the Position Optimizer, where you can see the top players ranked for each position. And we added a new Player Trends tool, where you can see the top salary differences between FanDuel and DraftKings. It's a really good tool to help you pick out value for the site that you're playing on. Oh, and if you're tired of doing research every day, we just added a cheat sheet that shows hand-picked plays for the slate. No confusing stat lines, no headaches, just a simple cheat sheet that shows the absolute best players for your lineups. Okay, moving down in salary just a little bit here. I like Jeremiah Grant from the Denver Nuggets playing the LA Clippers, who have a middle-of-the-pack defense overall, and they're pretty good versus opposing power forwards. Jeremiah Grant has averaged 21.7 fantasy points per game on the season, playing an average of 27 minutes per game with an 18% usage rate. But you can see his minutes have come up here in the playoffs. He's played 35, 34, and 42 minutes in the last 3 games. He scored 24 fantasy points last game, projected at 22.3 fantasy points here tonight. He's only $8,500 FanDuel salary and $2,100 less on DraftKings. So I like that FanDuel price. So I like Jeremiah Grant here versus the LA Clippers. Now, if you want to save $500, or if you want a lower value play here on DraftKings, take a look at Monte Morris from the Denver Nuggets playing the LA Clippers, who have a middle-of-the-pack defense overall. They've been good against opposing point guards. Monte Morris has averaged 18.8 fantasy points per game on the season, playing an average of 22 minutes per game with an 18% usage rate. Now, it looks like his minutes are down a little bit from his average. He's only played 17, 16, and 18 minutes in the last 3 games, but he did score 22 fantasy points in the last game off of 17 minutes, and he's projected at 20 fantasy points here tonight. Now, he's only $8,000 FanDuel salary, and he's $4,200 less on DraftKings. So that's a nice DraftKings price. This is the riskiest play out of all these guys, but he can get you 20 fantasy points or more. That's what you're going to want from this guy for his price point here. He'll crush value if he gets 20 fantasy points or more for you here. So I like Monte Morris here versus the LA Clippers. If you want to try all these daily fantasy tools for yourself, click the link in the description below this video or just go to draftdashboard.com. You can use our DFS lineup optimizer to build quality lineups using our picks and your own custom player pool. Click the link in the description below this video and try all these daily fantasy tools right now. Thanks so much for watching. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit that bell icon so you can get instant updates whenever we post a new video. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please smickety smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Oh, and please comment below with your favorite player for this NBA slate. I love to hear what you guys have to think. Thanks again, and good luck.